taking your time where we are and allow the body to find the ground. Let us begin this journey. And as always, taking a bit of time to decompress, making that leap from whatever has been going on, just arriving to this moment, here and now. And just noticing how it feels. Noticing how the body feels, noticing how the mind is right now. And just trying to keep aside any disturbing thought, any stimulus, however exciting or stressful, just let it pass. And just take a moment noticing what's the general state of things. Physically, mentally, emotionally. Without giving too much thought, just the overview. If you could describe with one word, how are things today, right now? Which would be your word? And from there you can start gradually bringing the attention to the body, to the points of contact. You know the routine. We've been through it time and time again. And probably each time you're deepening a bit more. You have better clarity of the process. So just starting with that idea of allowing your weight to release and fall to the ground. Letting your limbs loose. And notice if there's any part of the body that's resisting a bit or a lot. Notice if it's within your power to actually let that part of the body release. And then on your own time, you're shifting the attention to the breath. Noticing how you can use the breath to access and connect to the body. And do your check in with the breath. So, what's the pace? What's the depth? And where can you feel it happening? And find that expansion as you're breathing in. Allow the expansion to be gradual. So, in a way, you're controlling the breath. You're not taking it all in one count. Just allow it to be gradual, to be smooth. The whole process of breathing in, slow and deep and full. And then you're breathing out, nice and slow, gradually expelling the air. And you carry on breathing in, expanding gradually, finding that spaciousness that you're creating with the breath. And breathing out, letting go, releasing, allowing the air to come out. And let's add a counting to that. So we're going to go 2 counts breathing in, 4 counts breathing out. On your own pace, at your own time. I'm not going to be counting it, not to confuse you. Just 2 counts in, 4 counts out. And with the next out breath, you can start waking up the body. As you're there, coming back to a sort of natural breathing and start to move fingers and toes and hands and feet, Stretching arms and stretching legs. Really opening and extending. Nice. Letting the whole body wake up. Waking up the inner cat. Twisting and turning, finding those crickling, clunking noises that your body makes. Shoulders moving, hips moving and clinking, knees creaking, toes and vertebrae of the spine making their own little noises. Nice. And eventually just bringing it all back to the center. Bring your knees in, just hold them tight. And you can start rolling from side to side gently. That's it. Great. And find the center. Good. Keeping your knees close to you, let's become a little ball. Inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to lift the head, forehead coming towards your knees. Still pressing your legs towards your chest. Trying to bring your forehead to reach your knees where you are. Make sure you carry on breathing. It's important. The 3. And 2. And 1. Nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're letting it release. Great. Holding onto your right leg, letting your left leg extend down to the ground. Good. And left hand coming onto your right knee. Right arm opens to the right. As you exhale, just come and twist over to the left, going for a first spiral. Nice. And just holding it there. Eyes can also turn to look to the right. That's optional. And also you can bring a little prop to place under your right shoulder. And we're going to stay for a few minutes. Just allowing that unraveling to take place. That opening. Remember, you're giving space for the body. You're giving space for the muscles and tissue to adjust and expand. You're giving a chance for muscles to loosen up the tone. And you're giving a chance also for your mind to center a bit. To stop running from a thought to the other. And just find a point of stillness, a point of focus. It can be your breath, or it can be any sensation you're receiving from your body, any feedback it gives you. It's just a few more seconds. Allow the breath to be deep. Notice how it changes the body. Lovely. And as you're there, you're going to go ahead and also bend your left knee and bring your right hand to grab the toes of that left foot. If it feels a bit too much, you can always extend that left leg and it's okay. But yeah, just an option there. Just bending your left knee and grabbing the toes of your left foot with your right hand. In the so-called cat pulling its tail pose. Again, you can think of your eyes looking over to the right and allow the breath to be deep. For 3 and 2 and 1. Lovely. Breathe it in. And as you exhale, you're letting it release. Coming all the way back to the center. Good. Bring your knees all the way in, close to your chest. Give them a hug. And just gently roll from side to side, easing the lower back. Nice and slow. Nothing rushed. Good. And keep your knees close to you. Inhale. And as you exhale again, just lift the head. Bring your forehead towards your knees. Inhale. And as you exhale, releasing the head back, holding onto your left leg, letting your right leg extend. Down and away. Very nice. Holding onto that left leg. Lovely. Right hand onto that left leg, left arm opening to the side. And then slowly just come and bring that left leg over to the right. Other side. I know we're going to stay for a while, so make sure that the body is comfortable. Any adjustments or anything that you need to do throughout, make sure you do it. You don't want to stay in a compromised position. And you can just start by finding your points of contact. And really trusting that the ground is there to support you and that you can actually let go through those points all the way down. And find your spiral from the crown of the head to the tip of the tail. Keep breathing and releasing as you breathe out. And let's add the counting. 2 counts breathing in, 4 counts breathing out. can close your eyes where you are and really surrender and observe as the muscles loosen up. And you keep scanning down through the body, keep noticing if areas start to tense up. And in your own time, you can start bending that right knee and taking your left hand to your right foot, going to the cat, pulling its tail. And notice if that extra little bit places tension in the body, if you're forcing the system to go to an extreme maybe, or in the process if you're tightening new areas. And just loosen up. A few more seconds. So 3 and 2 and 1. Breathing in, and as you exhale, letting it all release. Coming all the way back to the center. Very nice. Great, guys. So from there, just come in and bring the legs up. And you're going to hold on to your big toes. Even if you're wearing socks, go over the socks, it doesn't matter. And just let the knees sort of open to the sides. You're holding on to your big toes, and you're letting your legs and knees sort of come to the side. Nice. And from here, go again for that nice rocking from side to side. Very good. The 3 and 2 and 1. Great. Letting your legs release. Lovely. And you're just going to roll over to one side. Hands coming to the ground to help you come all the way up to sitting. And you're finding a nice, comfortable seated position. Great. Nice. Let's go for the neck. Inhale, lengthening where you are. And as you exhale, let your head drop. Chin comes down to your chest. And you're letting your head heavy. And gently you can start rolling your head from side to side. Keeping it timed with a breath. Nice, and the next time you roll to the right, just pause for a moment. And that's your right arm coming all the way up and over your head to your left ear. Changing as well the direction of the head. Nice. And you can extend as well your left arm to the side. Nice. That's what's going on to the rib cage, and just let it implode. And exhale, release. And letting your head roll over to the left. Inhale, that's your left arm coming all the way up and over towards your right ear. Hold it there for a moment and then extend the right arm to the side. Nice. And exhale, release. And just bring the arms all the way around behind your back, interlacing fingers, letting your head drop, letting the arms extend back and up. And then I'm really opening the chest here with every breath. And as the head drops, you can feel that stretch down through the spine and the back of the neck. And exhale, you're releasing. Very nice. And inhale, arms reaching up. And as you exhale, just let it spiral over to the right. The left arm on the outside of your right leg. Staying there, both sitting bones there. Breathing in. And exhale, releasing, coming back to center. Inhale, arms reaching up. Exhale over to the left. Eyes looking over your left shoulder. Inhale. As you exhale, you're letting it release. Coming back to the center. Nice. And let the legs sort of release and extend a bit further forwards. And you're going to keep the soles of your feet together, but not too close to the body. Let them stay a bit further out in the diamond pose. Great. And you can go ahead, bring any props that you might find in need here. So it can be a couple of books, it can be a rolled blanket, or anything that will serve as a support for your head. And once you're ready, just start falling over the legs, letting your head find a nice support. And I'm going to see you in a couple of minutes. Nice. Staying where you are and being present to notice the change. And your task is, in a way, threefolded. One, you find your points of contact. Two, you let go through those points. Three, you keep scanning through the body to notice any tension, any holding. And then you let go even furthermore. Notice how you're using your breath and how you can use it to help you here. Try to use the lower abdominal area, those assisting abdominal muscles to the breath. And see how they change the game for the hip joints, or the whole pelvic area. Very nice. And as you exhale slowly, you just start rolling up vertebra by vertebra. Great. Nice. From there, you're gonna keep the right leg in the front and come and swing your left leg to the back. So you're creating, let's say, two 90-degree angles. It doesn't matter if the angle is a bit wider. Just make sure that the whole body is facing to the front. And let's start with a little twist from here. So that's your left arm going to your right knee, right hand behind you, and just turning to look back over your right shoulder. Nice. Making sure you're breathing. For 3. And 2. And when you're breathing in, and exhale, just roll the way back to the center, setting up your props or anything you might need again to support the head. It's going to be some books, a cushion, a blanket, or your fists stuck on top of each other. And on your own time, you start going down and letting your head fall and staying here. It's really about taking the time to allow the change to happen without rushing it, without forcing it, without then gaining. Just being here, now, in the moment, noticing it changing bit by bit, observing the sensations, the reactions. And staying on the breath. You can use the counting 2, 4. Good. Taking your hands down to the ground, under your shoulders pretty much. And you start by bringing the body up. And maybe walking your hands closer to you. Just think of the chest here opening a bit, shoulders opening. Like we're doing the half pigeon, but keeping that back leg bent. Exhale, letting it release. Now again, bringing your hands down to the ground. Tucking the toes of that left foot on the back. And just extend that back left leg. Find support on the toes and lift the body off the ground. So you can take and swing the right leg back into a 3-leg dog. Nice. One move, nice and smooth. It doesn't have to go up. Just make sure it's extended. Yes. 3. And 2. And 1. Breathing in. And as you exhale, you're going to bend that right knee, bring it all the way in close to your chest. Come and step the right foot between your hands. Nice. Now come and walk the right foot to the edge of the mat on the right side. And bring your right arm inside. So both hands are from the inside of your right leg. Nice. Maybe you can walk the left foot a bit further back so you're lower to the ground. Good. And unless you want to place some extra cushioning for your left knee, such as folding your mat or bringing a little cushion underneath, you can go ahead and bend the left knee, untap the toes. Nice. Remember, at any point, you're free to adjust. You're free to shift and change it a bit in order to make it work for you. Nice. So we're there, ready to dive into our lizard. Just take a moment, setting it up here, allowing the muscles to adjust. On the next out breath, you can start your descent. So bending the elbows, bringing one forearm down to the ground, maybe, or then maybe 2, and letting your head drop. You can find support for the head on your fists, on your thumbs, on an external prop. Just make sure you do. Make sure that the head is really supported. Keep releasing, keep allowing the weight of the pelvis to fall. And from here, gently taking the hands back down to the ground, lifting the chest up. Tuck the toes of that left leg, lift the left leg off the ground, and swing that right leg back again to your plank. Nice. And from here, just come and bend the elbows, slowly bringing it down. Untap the toes, and You can go and walk your hands to the corners of your mat. And from there, just think of lifting the chest up. So we're going into a little seal. Arms in a little diagonal open to the corners of your mat. Chest opening. If you feel comfortable, you can also just bend the elbows all together and bring the forearms down to the ground, going to the Sphinx. Or if you want, you can also move closer and closer to a cobra. So from the Sphinx, just extending the arms and keep walking your hands closer to your body up to the point where it feels good for your lower back. Without forcing, without pushing. Knowing your body, knowing the limits, knowing what feels good and what does good for the body. Every body is different. And if you get tired, you can also shift, and always shift around, from the Sphinx to the seal, from the seal to the cobra, from the cobra back to the Sphinx. There for 3. And 2. Very nice. As you exhale, you're letting it release. All the way down to the ground, tuck your toes under. And come and bring it all the way back to child's pose. Flying ahead heavy. Arms heavy, shoulders rolling on either side. And slowly just start rolling up. Lovely. And you're going to let the pelvis sort of drop on one side, bringing both legs back to the center. And we're going to take it to the other side. So left leg down to the front and right leg swinging back. Nice. Great. And from there, you're going to take your left hand on the outside of your right leg. Nice. Let me turn it around. No, that was the left leg to the front, right? So left leg to the front, right leg to the back, yeah. And that's your right hand on the outside of your left leg. And that's the left hand behind you. And eyes turning to look back. Nice deep twist. Think of the shoulders opening as well. The whole torso is involved in that twist. 3 and 2 and 1. Breathing in and exhale, just releasing, coming back to the center. Nice. And on your own time, you can set the props in front of you if you want, and slowly start bringing it down. Good. Allowing the head to release. Allowing the weight of the body to fall over that left leg. Just stay with the breath, stay with that rhythm. Stay with what you can feel shifting and happening in the body. You can close your eyes, you can add the counting 2, 4 to get the most out of that deep stretch. Slowly start coming up. And walk your hands close to the body. Feel the shoulders rolling back, the chest opening. You can even extend that right leg back if you want to. Go into full half pigeon. Lay there for 3. Nice and open. 2 and 1. Breathing in. And exhale, you're letting it release. Good. Taking your hands down to the ground, spreading the fingers wide. Tap the toes of that right foot. Lift the right leg off the ground. Release the left leg and swing it all the way back. 3-legged dog. Give it a moment there to extend and reach out. Very nice. 3 and 2 and 1. You breathe in. As you exhale, you're going to bend the left knee, bring it all the way in close to your chest. Step the left foot between your hands. And then just come and step the left hand from the inside and walk your left foot to the edge of your mat. Optional actions here to fold the mat under your right knee and bend the right knee and untap the toes. Take any props that you might need in support of your head. And then slowly start going down. Maybe walking your hands a bit further out. And then start bending the elbows. Nice. Letting your head drop. hands back to the ground. Tucking your toes of the right foot. Extending the right leg. Sorting out the mat. Bring the left leg back. Nice. And bend the elbows, bring it down. Inhale, rolling shoulders opening to nice cobra. Very good. 3 and 2 and 1. You're breathing in. As you exhale, release. Tuck the toes under and bring it all the way back in a nice downward dog. You can keep your knees slightly bent here. It's up to you. Now looking forward. Just start walking to your hands. Exhale, release. Forward fold. Press everything heavy. Now's a chance. The arms are heavy, the head is heavy. Everything folds and releases. I'm just going to bend the knees. Allow the back to just, the whole body actually, to fall over your legs and thighs. So you can bend the knees quite a lot in order to let the body land on your thighs. And from there, just slowly start rolling up, slowly, vertebra by vertebra by vertebra, coming all the way up to standing. Nice, head coming up last. Nice, last half salutation. Inhale, arms reaching up. Exhale, down, forward. Inhale, lengthen back, opens parallel. Exhale, release, forward fold. Now coming up, arms for the sides. Exhale, hands to your center. Nice, hold in. Bring it all the way down. Last few minutes for our relaxation. So just taking your time and settling in. Giving space for the body to rearrange. Covering yourself, turning off the light, whatever works for you. And just allow the system to release, to let go. A moment noticing how it feels right now. Hopefully a bit more spacious, a bit more connected. A bit more grounded. And you keep the eyes closed. Stay with the breath. Expansion with every inhale, finding the release, that idea of letting go with every exhale. And it can be as simple as that. Stay with the breath to find comfort and meaning, reason, connection. That sense of wholeness through the breath. That never-ending pumping of life. Allowing the whole body to breathe as one. Opening spaces within the body. Unlocking areas that might have been trapped, blocked, rigid, stiff, stuck. Use the breath to access those places. Even if you cannot actually feel the breath going all the way there, visualize it. It works. And at your own time, start bringing the body back. Moving fingers, toes, hands and feet. Stretching arms, stretching legs. Just opening and twisting and turning and spiraling, expanding. Or just doing all that mentally in your head without interrupting the body. And eventually just rolling over to one side on your own time. And up to sitting. Nice. Finding your sitting bones where you are, finding the spine, finding that gentle length, but without having to force it, without pushing anything, just being there nice and tall. And with an exhale, you're softening the chest, you're softening the shoulders, right? Inhale, arms reaching, connecting, embracing. And exhale, finding center, hands to your chest, finding your center, finding your strength, finding your balance. Opening eyes, minds, hearts. Thank you for joining today, guys. Have a lovely rest of the week, and I'll see you on Saturday. Take care.